Well, good evening, everyone. This is your boy Ram Prasad. Welcome to this program tonight, the Mind-Body Connection. Unfortunately, we had some problems with the view cam, so I'm using my phone. I'm looking at Leonard Gromwell Pasha, the Dharmic Sabah Mandir is watching. I see Patsy from Baltimore, Maryland is watching. Varshini is watching. Yes, I am on. Thanks, you guys. Delari Sigobin, my aunt, you on. Thank you for locking in. I see. Oh, my girl from Guyana, Sarita. Thank you very much, my new friend from Facebook. I've been watching your program too. Thank you so much, and I like you. You're kind of interesting young girl. We share the same view. But my co-host tonight is on vacation. She's in. She was in Canada, driving back from Canada to New York. I want to say, she went to Canada and she was at DJ Selector. She busted up, she mashed up the party, and she had a lot of fun. She had you guys jumping that night. So hope you guys travel safe back to New York, and I wish you safety. Okay, it's dark now. Watch for them deers. Also, I would like to say thank you to DJ Fess and DJ Selector for always big up this show, the Mind-Body Connection here in New York. As you know, we are from the Caribbean Voice, a non-profit organization that deals with suicide prevention and domestic violence, among many other things. As you know, Adan Budram has just wrote a book, and it's called The Spice of Life. And every book that's been sold, what happened, he's giving a proceeding towards the Caribbean Voice, which is a good thing. Also, I would like to say happy birthday to Alex, my neighbor, my good neighbors. He turned 18 years old. He's a big man now. And to Miss Vishwani Kedarnath, whose birthday is on Pagwa Day. She'll be celebrating her birthday. We wish her all the very best. Okay? God bless you. I got a young man who's playing the music for us tonight. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hi, Pansy. Yes, that's my son Kevin is saying hello to his dad. Hi, Maharani Dubey. I see you feel like dancing, girl. I know you could dance too. Alina Busjip, thank you for tuning in. Bibi Hack, my friend, thank you. Linda Singh again, Kamini from Guyana is watching. Thank you, Bibi Hack. I said, Una, thank you very much. Hi, Ken. Good night. You're doing very good without your friend Shanaz. Actually, I miss Shanaz. She's the one who does all of this fancy thing. I don't know them much. Navin, I know you're driving back to New York. Safe travels to you guys with the kids and everybody else, okay? Mr. Singh, I'm sorry, I can't check my messages because I'm using my phone because of some technical difficulties. So you know what, really, tonight we are going to be talking about lung cancer. As you know that lung cancer is the second most common cancer in both women and men, and is by far the leading cause of cancer death among both women and men each year. More people die of lung cancer than colon cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer combined. So you could see that cancer, this lung cancer is very bad. And the good thing is that we can control that. There are things we can do. And as I go back in our program, and you will see some of the things that we can do. Most lung cancer could be prevented because they are related to smoking. I want to repeat that again. Most lung cancer can be prevented because they are related to smoking or secondhand smoking, or less often to exposed to radon or in other environmental factors. But some lung cancer can occur in people without or knowing the risk factors of the disease. It is not yet clear if these cancer can be prevented, but we know that one big thing from this paragraph alone is that lung cancer could be prevented by smoking. And I'm going to reiterate this point because this is something that we can really change in our life. We need to stop smoking. And if we have to smoke or we must smoke, then we have to watch where we're smoking. A lot of times we smoke with our children around, our wife or our family, and we are exposing them to secondhand smoking. Most lung cancer have already spread widely and are very advanced. You know what? When you get lung cancer, a lot of times you don't pick it up the same time. You pick it up when it's actually far gone, when it's advanced in stage. These cancers are very hard to cure. As you know, it's in the thoracic region and in the spongy tissue. So it's very tough to do. Imagine you're breathing, it's hampering your breathing. So that's the main thing that you have to do and watch for. In the recent years, doctors have found a test that could be used to screen for lung cancer in people at high risk of the disease. This can help find some of the cancer early, which can lower the risk of dying from the lung cancer. So as you know, we can do, there's tests that you can do to really pick up if you have this cancer. I would like to acknowledge Mr. Ryan Khan. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you and I appreciate your program too. I always watch your program. Let's talk about lung cancer risk. You know, it's a risk factor in anything that affects a person's chance of getting a disease such as cancer. Different cancers have different risk factors. Some risk factors like smoking can be changed, as we said earlier. Others, like a person's age, family history, can't be changed. So, you know, genetic has a whole lot to do with this. If you have genetic factors in you that can prevent you from having this cancer, then there's nothing really much you can do. The other thing is that I would like to advise you, which I will always say, is that early detection is the best thing that you can ever do to prevent this cancer. We're going to hear some song now, and I'll be right back with you guys. So welcome back, guys. I see Govinda checking in, and Donald is on. Rajiv, shout out to the DJ. Yes, to the by Arvin Decatur, not from, just came from Guyana. He's doing a good job. He is the man that's giving me the music. Keep the music going. I see Ken say, Ken, thank you very much for spreading. Very informative. Thank you for spreading the your knowledge. Well, thank you very much. We need to share the message that smoking is no good. Anything that could hamper your health, it's no good actually. So I want to tell the young people, and I have a couple of young men sitting right next to me. I want to tell them, don't start smoking. It's no good for us, okay? Then another thing that we know could you're exposed to is the radioactive gas, and actually that's in your house too. So you have to be very careful, And one of the things is that you can't smell this stuff. It's indoors, it's in your basement, and when you breathe this thing, it's no good. Even vape. Yes, Donald, thank you very much for tuning in and say yes. I want you guys to participate. And as you said, even vape is no good. And there's no study actually to say how detrimental this is for us. It's no good. I see a lot of young people vaping. It's no good. I'm so proud of you, my cousin. Well, thank you very much. All your good words and vibes, keep bringing them in. It helps. It gives gas into the system. You know that asbestos in the buildings no good. That could relate it to lung cancer, right? Exposure to other cancer-causing agent in your workplace, like carcinogens. You have diesel exhaust, air pollution. Especially in places like New York, where the air is so polluted with all the vehicles that we have. It's no good. Arsenic in water drinking. All of that is no good for us to do. They can relate to lung cancer. Previous radiation therapy to the lungs, especially if you had a cancer somewhere else, it was like liver cancer in your body, it could spread towards your not spread. You could be exposed to lung cancer. So you have to be very careful. And that's why when you go to do a chest X-ray, they try to cover your chest up so that you would not be exposed too much. I see my friend from Lenora, Reno Siburan, my old school friend from Guyana. Thank you very much for tuning in. Didn't see this guy in a long time. Yes, even vape. I hear you, Donald. So we have to be very mindful and careful, and especially to the young people. These young guys and girls. They're quick to jump and say, "Let me try a cigarette." And the thing is that, from as far as I see, is that cigarette. You could become addicted to this. I see Stephen Chung from Guyana is watching. Yes, so you have to be very careful. Don't start smoking. When you start smoking, you can be addicted to cigarette, okay? We talk about asbestos, and that's why the government is saying, and they want all these things to be controlled, that you shouldn't be exposed yourself to asbestos. Thank you very much, Mr. Miles. Alex, thank you. You've always been kind with your words. I appreciate them. Every day I get up, I see there's a positive message from you guys, sending some kind of message, which is good, and it helps the soul too. You know what I mean? Exposed to other cancer-causing agent in the workplace. We want to say another big thing that personal family history of who have keep going, Sir Miles. I am trying. Good night, everyone. I see my friend Shanaz is here. Yes, Shanaz, I do miss you. You are the anchor for this program, and I'm holding on. I see Kayum Khan. Thank you very much for tuning in, Kayum. As we know that Kayum's son died recently, on behalf of the Caribbean Voice again, I would like to extend our deepest sympathy to you. I hope that you guys are coping well, and you can call any one of us, myself, Shanaz, or Anand, anytime, okay? We are here for you. Yes, Shanaz is here. She is in the box in the house. She's far away, but you know what? She's still close. And I always say thank you to Shanaz for giving me this wonderful opportunity to along with Mr. Anand Budram. So let's talk about family history. If you have lung cancer, you have a higher risk of developing another lung cancer, right? Whether your brother, your sister, whomever it is. Also, there are some vitamins that people take that's no good for you, like the beta carotene supplements that we're taking. So it's no good to take these things. And as always, it says that you should talk to your doctor before you start to take any kind of vitamin. Hey, Shayna, Kenneth is doing an excellent job. Take some extra vacation. Oh, Shanaz, yes, I think she's coming back. She's not gonna leave me for too long. You know, I know she is her honey is driving her to New York, so that's the good thing. So let's say again, the vitamins, be very careful, and it's always advisable to speak to your doctor. Okay. Let's talk about let me give you guys some music, man. Let's play some music. Well said, Ken. OTC is not good.
चाहे कहो ऐसे मेरी मोहब्बत, चाहे हसीन उड़ानो, ये क्या हुआ मुझको खबर नहीं, हो सके तुम ही बता दो। चाहे कहो ऐसे मेरी मोहब्बत, चाहे हसीन उड़ानो, ये क्या हुआ खबर नहीं, हो सके तुम ही बता दो। तूने कदम तो रखा ज़मीं पर, सीने में क्यों चलकार हुई? रात कली एक ख्वाब में आए और गले का हार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में यूं तो हसीनों के महाजबीनों के होते हैं रोज नजारे, और उन्हें देख के देखा है जब तुम्हें, तुम लगे और भी प्यारे। यूं तो हसीनों के महाजबीनों के होते हैं रोज तुम लगे और भी प्यारे। बाहों में ले लो ऐसी तमन्ना, एक नहीं कई बार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आए और गले का हार हुई। रात कली एक ख्वाब में आए और गले सुबह को जब हम नींद से जागे,
Well, thank you guys. It seems that you guys are enjoying the music and you want me to sing along, but guess what? I can't sing, but I could dance. So probably one day I will give you guys some good dance. Dale Moti, thank you very much for tuning in. I want to say, Donna, you got me cracking up. I cannot sing for life. I could only sing in the bathroom. Babsi Madramotu, good night, Mr. Kenneth. Great job and awesome music. Listening from Bronx, New York. And I don't know if I tell Mr. Miles Alex, yes, I am from Lenora. And yes, I am from Lenora with Hasina Banu, who lives in Toronto, Canada. We are good friends, grew up together, went to the same school. And so you guys are enjoying the tune. That's good. I know you got something hotter coming up later on. I told you I have two little guys that's playing the music. And I see Varshini is saying, come help. Come people help to share the video, please. Yes, and thank you. Varshini is sitting right here in the living room and she want me to sing. She know I can sing. Okay, so getting back to seriousness, baby hack. Thank you again. I see we got a new listener, Colleen Singh. Good night from Toronto, Canada. Thank you for joining in, and I hope that you continue to watch our program. Next week you will get Shanaz will be on with me. She's in Canada, like I said. Tonight, she's driving back to New York, and we wish her to get back home safe and sound with her hubby, okay? Let's talk about lung cancer, the signs and symptoms really that you're looking for. You know, most lung cancer do not cause any symptoms sometimes until it's spread to other parts of the body. And like I said before, and I like to use the word, when the said spread, the doctor might say it metastasized. And that means it has spread to different parts of the body. It could spread towards your liver, your kidney, wherever. And like I said before last week, is that if you have a cancer and you get early detection, right, it is good. You can get good treatment. You can get the chances of you getting treated and cured is excellent. But if your cancer shared to different parts of the body, then we have problems, okay? If you do go to your doctor when you first notice symptoms, your cancer might be it can be diagnosed at an early stage when treatment is more likely to be effective, like I just said. And the most common symptoms of lung cancer are, you know, a cough, a persistent cough that does not go away or it gets worse. You know, there are times that you get a cough. I always have a cough, but I check and everything is fine. I see Kelvin is watching from Canada. Thank you very much. Yes, so you have a persistent cough that's bothering you, nagging you all the time, and despite whatever you take, it's not helping you. That's the time to go and check your doctor out. Also, if you're coughing up blood or rust, right, chest pain that is often worse with deep breathing, or you're coughing, or when you're laughing and you notice that chest pain, you take it seriously. Especially chest pain, you should really take that seriously because you don't know if it's related to your heart. So a good time to go. A lot of times hoarseness, you hear some people talk hoarse, and that shouldn't happen. Weight loss and loss of appetite. You know, weight loss has related to a lot of things. So when you see you start to lose weight and you're not trying to lose weight, like you're not exercising and you're not dieting, check yourself. Check what's going on. And you said, my cousin said, hi, Kenneth. Yes, can be pneumonia, Kelvin, and especially if you have lung cancer, guess what happens? You can get pneumonia all the time, and it go away for a couple of days. In fact, and I'm going to bring that up in just a few minutes, you can get short of breath, feeling tired, or you can feel weak. Anything you do, you feel tired. Infections such as bronchitis and pneumonia that does not go away, that keep coming back, and a new onset of wheezing. So, you know, the lungs is so complex that, you know, as you know, that we, and I should have said this earlier, that we breathe in oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. I see my little son Kevin is around here watching. Hey, Kev, how you doing, boy? You know, so, yes, so that's the sign and symptoms of lung cancer. And there's other more detailed stuff that you can really check on. But anytime your respiratory status is compromised, you need to check out and see what's going on. And like I said, make sure you go and check on your doctor. Let's get some music again tonight. flower.
We come from the country
They call Guyana. That's all I know.
land of the bauxite, the rice and sugar. Me say pack up and grip and let me go. Me got me come back to Guyana some more. Me say we pack up and grip and let me go. Me got me come back to Guyana some more. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. Singing in the US and Canada. I am coming back, man, be nice of Guyana. Singing in the US and Canada. I am coming back, man, be nice of Guyana. Me say pack up the grip and let me go. Me got me go back to Guyana some more. Me say me pack up the grip and let me go. Me got me go back to Guyana some more. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. I am going back to Guyana to find me one good loving for this good
Me got me the lane here.
I am going back to Guyana to find me one good loving for this good love. Me say back up, we break on and we go. Me got to go back to Guyana some more. Me say we back up, we break on and we go. Me got to go back to Guyana some more. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. Terry B. Gajraj, that is my name. Singing this song, them is how we get me fame. Terry B. Gajraj, that is my name. Singing this song, them is how we get me fame. Me say back up, we grip and let me go. We got we go back to Guyana some more. Me say we back up, we grip and let me go. We got we go back to Guyana some more. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. I am the very best of the Guyanese Babu. Oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu, oh Bangali Babu, oh Guyana Babu.
Okay, Una, I see somebody just answer you. Cancer is not contagious. You can't get it from anybody else. even if your husband or wife, you cannot get it again. It's not contagious. Things like TB are contagious. I see Tate Singh is watching from Barbados. Welcome and thank you for watching from Barbados. You know, Tage, many years ago, I used to go to Barbados often, and I can put on a little accent with my Bajan talk, you know what I mean? So, yes, I love Barbados. So thank you for tuning in. Satish Warprasad, I want to say, I was looking for your name. Satish, thank you so much for all your encouragement. This morning I woke, I think it was this morning or yesterday morning, and I saw your message. Thank you very much for your words of encouragement and for your support. It means a lot despite you are in Canada. You know, these things really do help. Keeping things positive, it really goes a far way. And I take those comments very seriously. You know, I like to share the little knowledge that I have. I'm not a scholar, I'm not a brilliant man, but you know what? The little things that I know, I would love to share. Nilana, Chunila, oh, Nayan is watching from Ghana. To hi, Nayan, how you doing? Your son is playing the good music for us here tonight. And the next man, Adit, is going to come on soon and play some other good music. Anjani Gayaram, thank you very much for tuning in. Rajiv Nandalal, thank you very much for tuning in. Donald, I cannot misbehave this program on this program here because this is the Caribbean Voice, and you know, we really work on suicide prevention among other things, and domestic violence. So I'm coming out with a program very soon. Next month, I launch my own program, and so yes, I think I'm going to dance because I love to dance, and dancing is good for the soul, if you know what I mean. Honest, I know you know someone who has cancer. You know, it's always sad, BB Ken, you have to dance too. Yes, I could dance, I'm telling you, but I can't dance tonight. This is a professional program. You're welcome, Mrs. Satish. Donald, thank you very much for keeping it locked in. I do appreciate all your comments. Now that you have been diagnosed with lung cancer, you want to know that what chances you have and what you're going to do. So, you know, they said people with an increased risk of lung cancer may consider an annual lung cancer screening test, right? Which a low dose of CT scan. When I watch Maharani says that, she will challenge me. You guys cracking me up. Anyway, going back, lung cancer screening is generally offered to people 55 years or older who smoke heavily for many years and are otherwise healthy. So a good thing to do is to, if you know you're smoking a lot, then you should increase your chance of probably doing an annual physical, which probably includes a chest x-ray. Discuss your lung cancer risk with your doctor when you go. Together you can decide whether lung cancer screening is right for you, and they could always tell you when you can do this. I see Sap, Ms. Jadu is watching from Ghana. Good night. I know you're not well. I wish you that you get well very soon and take care of yourself, okay? So test to diagnose lung cancer. If there's any risks, you know, you always tell your doctor, let them know. They can do tests, like for example, they could do a chest x-ray. They can do a sputum test, a early morning sputum test to check to see from a car from deep within, and they're going to look for that sputum under a microscope, and they can see if there's any presence of lung cell. So that's a good way to do it. And I know when we were doing TB tests back in Ghana, when we collect sputum tests, we normally do them early. And also we can do biopsy. Not the radio doctor could do biopsy on you, which they remove a small piece of the tissue, and they test that to see whether you have cancer or not. And it's not painful really. Within a couple of days, day or two, you might feel better. And Donald said, Ken, do herbal and natural remedy works. You know what? You know, as a nurse, I don't recommend those kind of things, and it might be unprofessional for me to recommend, but I'm certainly sure there is good things out there that people can use to help themselves. And I'm sure if you go to the herbal doctor, they might be able to tell you something that's good, but I cannot endorse anything at this time. You know, but I always say that for cancer, the best thing you can do for yourself, and I always say, is to go to your doctor and get checked out, okay? So that is for the test that you can really do for for lung cancer. Sorry. We're gonna play some music. I see you guys enjoy the music. Let me see who can go up there. Come on, Maharani. Let me see you. Maharani Dubé is dancing. All right. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Mind Body Connection with the Caribbean Voice. I see Maharani had me cracking up. She's saying that, guess what? She's saying that she was whining and she couldn't get up. You're too funny, Angela. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad that you're on. Thank you for tuning in. Bobsy, you said that you want me to let you know again what are the signs and symptoms of cancer, of the lung cancer. And I'm going to go them back again for you. You have a cough that does not go away or get worse. No matter whatever you try to do, it's not going to go away. Even if it go away for a day or two, it will come back. Cough of blood or any rust-colored sputum, spit or phlegm. And you know the phlegm is the kind of thick part that's coming out of you. You have chest pain that is often worse with deep breathing, coughing, or even laughing. You have hoarseness, weight loss, and loss of appetite. And even to that, you know, you can have loss of appetite could cause for a lot of things. And that's why I stress that when these things happen, one of the most important thing that you can do is to go to the doctor to find out what's going on. Before yes, I want to say hello to this guy, Mr. Ramsaran. I'll get back to you in a minute. You get short of breath, feeling tired or weak, infections such as bronchitis and pneumonia that doesn't go away, or it just keep repeating itself time and after time, a new onset of wheezing. And the wheezing, sometimes you hear it at the back of your, if somebody check your back with a stethoscope, sometimes you can listen to it and you hear it. And you're most welcome, Babsy. And anytime you can ask us, you can contact us at the Caribbean Voice, and we will try our best to help you guys, to do this. I want to say hello to my son, Ken Rampersad, and my sister. My sister just came in, so guess what? I wanted to talk to her about cancer, and she is here. So we'll give her a couple of minutes, and when she come back, let me see. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to run through this because my sister is here, and I want to talk to her too. I want you guys to pay attention when she's going to speak, because she had pituitary adenoma, which is like a cancer in the brain, and she is going to be with you guys in a minute. So let me tell you what could be done. When you go to the doctor and you decide that they decide that you have cancer, there's a couple of things that you can do. One, they can do a wet resection to remove a small section of the lungs that contains the tumor, along with a margin of healthy tissue, to make sure that if there's anything in there, it could come out. They would take it out. Also, lobectomy, where they remove the entire lobe of one lung. Then pneumonectomy, the removal of the entire lung, one lung, because we have two lungs. Okay, so we have to be very careful when we have this. But the good thing is that we have two lungs, and if one give us problem, and I don't want it to sound so cavalier about it, but the thing is that if we have two lungs and one gone bad, hopefully that you can work and save the other lungs, especially you guys who are smoking. Okay. Also, what they could do, they could also try chemotherapy and radiation. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. So I want you guys to know that there is help, but early detection is the key for all of this. How do you cope with shortness of breath? You try to relax, you focus on your breathing, you try your best not to overexert yourself. You try to do things little by little. If you have a lot of work to do, just do them little by little, okay? Find someone to always talk to, who's willing to listen to you. And I also want to say, because I'm going to wrap up on this here a little bit, I want to tell you that if you're smoking, try to stop smoke. Because what happened, it's a lot of people that's dying from cigarette smoking, and it's causing a lot of cancer, lung cancer from people. And so here it is that American Cancer Society, if you want to get in touch with them, you can call 1-800-227-2345. Or if you're in New York and you want to stop smoking, you can also, what you can do is to call 311. There is so much stuff that they have out there that they can order for you, that you can try your best to stop smoking. Give it a shot. Even if you stop smoking and you can relapse now and again, don't fight too much. The relapse is always in the game. So always make sure that you give it your best shot in smoking. Also, you can call 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and they can help you out. I also want to read this back again for you. Secondhand smoke and the harmful chemical are known to cause sudden infant death syndrome, respiratory infection, ear infection, and asthma, and could cause asthma attack in infant and children. They're also known cause of heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer in adult non-smoker. Even if you don't smoke, you can get cancer. So let's not get it right. Let's get this right. If you smoke, you can get it. If you don't smoke, you can also get it. But the best thing to do, you can do for yourself, because genetically you don't know what's inside of you. So don't try your best not to smoke. Okay. I see smoke from the person's cigarette pipe, people smoking from each other and all these things. Secondhand smoke also causes lung cancer. We know that. When a person breathes in secondhand smoke, it is likely that he or she is smoking. In the United States, 2 out of 5 adults who don't smoke and have children are exposed to secondhand smoke. And that's about 7,300 people who never smoke die of lung cancer, which is related to secondhand smoke. Yes, Angela, I'm so sorry. Your mother died, and you said she never smoked. She had cancer. I'm so sorry. And Angela and I went a far way many years, so it's always good to have Angela on my program, on our program. She's always fun to be around. I also wanted to say these couple things. How do you really help your family who has been diagnosed with this? I see Vinod, thank you very much, from Anna Katrina. He's saying carbon monoxide reduces the ability of the body to do normal work. Of course, and absolutely. Thank you. You're welcome, Miss Angela. I want to say a couple things more, and then we get a little more busy after this. We can probably get another song, because I see you guys are enjoying the song. Do you know what is your friend or your loved one cancer survival rate? It's always good to know. Let's break this down together. We know these numbers may be terrifying. When you hear the survival rate, it's going to be terrifying, but let's get down to this. The future will depend on a couple of things: their personal situation, like how advanced is the cancer, the effectiveness of the treatment, the overall health, and so much more of the individual. Mark Twain said, there are lies, damn lies, and statistics. Statistics are about a group of people, not individual. And so we can't use this ruler to measure on one individual. It's just a general population, all right? If I were to tell you that you have 80% chance of 5-year survival, what does that really mean? It certainly means nothing. You will be 80% alive in 5 years. It's a meaningless number, okay? What do you do? It's normal for emotions to escalate when we first see the numbers, but you need time to digest all the information and face it head on. You guys will know that anytime you've been diagnosed with something, it's like a shock to you, and you want to know what could be done. It could lead you to depression, and a lot of things could happen. So you have to regroup yourself after you hear all of this and work through your feelings. It is important, but thinking about it over and over again, guess what? It's not going to help or change the survival rate, but we can reframe how we look at this, okay? For example, instead of imagining your loved one, bring it back to the here and now. Don't add log to the fire. What we are saying is that, for example, instead of you talk a lot of things about death and all these things with your family, it's like you're adding log to the fire, and that's what you don't want to do. Don't expose them yourself to very distressing material. It's not going to help you or your loved one. Share helpful content. Think about what you can do to help your loved one who feel good and be well. Should I talk to my friend about his survival rate? You know what? I don't think that is something that you really want to discuss, and don't assume that your friend or loved one want to talk about this survival rate. Many people choose to ignore it. Your friends may prefer not to know, or maybe rather focus on the bigger picture. It's also hard to predict how he or she will feel about the numbers. For some people, a 30% chance of dying is a great news. For others, it is not. Some of us feel better and more in control knowing these numbers. If that's you, it's okay. Just don't foist on your loved ones. Don't talk about it unless he or she brings it up, because somebody diagnosed with cancer, you don't want to go talk about all these things. I also see that Mr. Selector, DJ Selector, is on. I want to say thank you very much for the shout out the other night. It means a lot coming from you. Thank you very much for for the support as always. And I know that you always have a nice packed program with some good music. So, Selector Abid, I thank you very much from myself and Shanaz for always. And I know she rocked your program the other night. Everybody liked it. So, hey, she may have to come back to Canada sometime soon. I know she's listening. It's also hard to predict how she or she will feel with the numbers. For some people, like I said, 30% chance of dying is great news. But for others, it's not. Just don't foist on the loved one. Don't talk about the issue again or bring it up. Your loved one is already dealing with a heavy emotional and physical burden. Your concern may drag him or her down. On the flip side, resist using cancer survival rate to false assurance. There is nothing worse than false assurance. Instead, simply listen and affirm. If you want to know more, it's okay to share what you have learned, but don't do it with a heavy-handed way, like what these stats mean and what they don't. It may be enlightening. Remember, your friend's future isn't tied to cancer survival rate. No one can say for sure what will happen, but you can play an active role in helping your friend or loved one by creating a sense of meaning and connection right now. And you know what, guys? I want to share this with you. There is about 20 cancer survival rate that we can talk about, but I got a few of them that I want to talk to you about, which is hi, my cousin is watching from Miss Patricia. K2, thank you very much for watching. Avita Danraj, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So let's talk. If you have breast cancer, there is an 89.6% survival rate. Leukemia, there is a 79.7% cancer rate, survival rate. Liver cancer on the bile duct, 17.7%. So you see that is very low. If you have lung cancer, that's low too, 18.6%. Pancreatic cancer, as you know, the pancreas is hiding in that corner and the survival rate is not good at all. And, you know, like I always say when I hear somebody get pancreatic cancer, it's always concerning for me because I know the survival rate is just 8.5 rather than you have breast cancer with 89.6. And guess what? Prostate cancer is 98.2% survival rate. Then you have stomach cancer, which is 31%. And finally, I'm going to talk about on this survival rate is thyroid. It's good, 98.1%. Guys, enjoy some music after this. My big man. Hey. That's Ken and Kevin I always talk about. And that two guys there, those are the guys who playing the music. Aye? Hey, it's a team. Well, guys, welcome back to this program. I want to read here. I want to tell you guys another cancer that, since we were talking about cancer this week, I want to tell you guys there's another problem with cervical cancer. Is the third most common cancer among women in Latin America and the Caribbean, but it's not prevented. As you know, that each year approximately 72,000 women in the Americas are diagnosed with cervical cancer, and more than 34,000 women die from this disease. As you know that this is a sexually transmitted disease, HPV virus. There's HPV testing for women to detect precancerous lesion, followed by timely treatment, and together with HPV vaccination for girls, are likely strategy to prevent cervical cancer and save lives. And I want to tell you guys that there is vaccine now that girls and boys. My son just had his vaccine for HPV virus. So a good thing to do is to allow these children to get this vaccine so that they would not be getting, especially girls, that they would not be later on down the line to get cervical cancer, which is it's a high rate too. And you know what? It's unacceptable that women today die from these disease. Okay? It's unacceptable to die, and it could be prevented, cervical cancer can be prevented through vaccination against this disease, vaccine that protect against the common types of HPV vaccine. So guys and ladies and gentlemen, please, if you have your children, young children, because you don't know what's going on out there, unfortunately, there's a lot of sexually transmitted disease out there, and you don't know sometimes, especially with HPV virus, you would not even know who have it or who don't have it. I see my Lenore girl, Miss Padmini Rameshwar, locked in. Thank you very much for always supporting me. And I want to say that I know Thursday coming is Pagwa. I want to say happy Pagwa to all our friends, all our Hindu friends. Happy Pagwa to you guys, which is on Thursday. It's a national, it's a holiday in Ghana, and I know you guys, we always have fun for the Pagwa, okay? I hope I can get a song for you guys to play in a few minutes. So we're gonna go for another song now with you guys. All right, we're gonna change the rhythm tonight.
And the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you. down deep in my soul that I just can't. Guess I'm on my way. Needed a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad to stay.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just going to call my sister to come and so we can talk a little bit tonight about, like I said, she had pituitary adenoma a couple of years ago, and we will talk to her. I really forget that I could have talked to her earlier. So I'm going to bring her in. I see my cousin thing. This is my sister, Naomi.
Hi.
Yes, hold it right there. I want to bring her in the picture. So this, what's going on here? Lord Jesus. Okay, good. Hold it right there. So this is my sister, my younger sister. She's here with us for this interview. We decided this at the last moment, so just bear with us. So like I said, she had a pituitary adenoma. So we're going to tell you, she can tell you how she was feeling in the first inception.
Okay, I started to get a lot of headaches and I was getting blurry vision. And so I didn't know what to do. My brother here got all the tablets from the doctors and they weren't helping. So he decided to take me to the hospital and they did a CT scan, which turned out to be a mass in my pituitary gland.
So let me say this now, that what happened is that she was complaining, she was visiting in the United States, and she was lucky her brother is a nurse. And so what happened is that she started complaining for this headache. And like I said in one of the program that, you know, I have a friend who's a doctor, and we went to Canada. We went to Canada for Carvana. And as we were driving back to New York, I said to him, I said, you know, I got a sister that is always complaining of headache. So what can we do? And so he said, you know what, I'm going to be in the emergency room. Bring her in and I am going to see what's going on. We're going to check and see what's going on. She was visiting. So I was a nurse at North General Hospital then. And so I worked 16 hours and then she came in the early morning and they took her in. Well, you know, I knew everybody in the hospital, which was a good thing and it helped a lot. So I took her to the hospital, North General Hospital, to the ER, and they did a CT scan of the head. And when they did a CT scan of the head, they found a big lump. They saw a big lump in her pituitary gland in her brain. So, you know, and this is why I said it's always good to have family who can help you out when these things happen. So what I did, my friend called me down in the emergency room with the attending physician, and he said, you know, this is what we see happen to your sister. There was a there's a cancer in her brain. And I said to them, my God, I was shocked too. And I didn't know. I said, I don't know what to do. I was so tired. And so, you know, I calmed myself down and I said, you know, let me see what the best I could do, because, you know, it was good that I met with the attending physician in the emergency room. And so we decide how we're going to take care of this cancer that she have in her head. And so we had a chance to do it at a city hospital, either Harlem Hospital, or we could do it in Queens Hospital where I was living. So what happened is that because I was a couple streets away from Harlem Hospital, I decided that and because I know a lot of the doctors that was working at Harlem Hospital, who was doing training at North General Hospital, I decided to take the chance of choosing Harlem Hospital. And luckily that I had known one of the director of nursing there. So we were very lucky. So what happened is that we got the transfer to the hospital, to Harlem Hospital. They did everything for us. And so she went and you can say what happened after. Then she went into the hospital.
And I had like maybe 6.5 surgery.
6.5 hours of surgery. So what happens when you get pituitary adenoma? They could go, like, if you see her nose a little bit, and I'm not showcasing anything. You see, there's a little deformity there. That's where they took they went through the nose, the nostril, and go to the back and take out the adenoma that was inside of there, and so that was a technical thing. And then one of the setback that she had is that after she had the surgery, she had a leak with the fluid was leaking, and so she had to go back to the operating room and repair that leak. And so after they repaired that leak, she was in the hospital for 1 month. Luckily that I had a little connection at the hospital that I could have we get permission to go to the hospital anytime. And that's why sometimes it's always good, like I said, that to have somebody who can be with you and to make sure everything go well with you, you know what I'm saying? So how much years now you had this cancer?
That was 2002 and it's 2019.
So you can imagine that she, in 2002 to 2019, and she is still surviving, so which is a good thing. And I know she got many years to live. She's very optimistic about life, which is a good thing. And when she was at the hospital, we were so scared that the morning before she went in for the surgery, I took her kids and I took her kids to the hospital in the morning before she go for her surgery. You got to excuse us. I'm so sorry, but we are trying to get both of us in this picture. Yes. So I took her kids to see her before the surgery. We all prayed. I came after I hear that she get diagnosed. I came home and cried like a baby, and I said, "Oh my God, she's gonna die or whatever it is." But good thing that she survived. And like I said, from 2002 to 2019, she is still surviving. So that just goes to show early detection is a good thing. And one thing more, I want to tell you that she was complaining of a lot of headaches. And that's one of the things that prompted her to go to the doctor. And after she went to the doctor, then she found this out. Also, what was going on is that this lump that she had was pressing towards the optic nerve, the nerve around the eyes and so on. So it was causing her not to see. So her vision was going, and she was seeing blur and so on, and then that's why we went and we took matters in our own hands. So I want to tell you guys, always when you get these things, anything happen to you, go ahead, get it checked out, and don't be scared. It's not going to hurt you. And she was lucky that I was there. I mean, I don't say lucky no more. I say she was blessed because I knew the system. All she had to do is go and get her surgery, and it cost us so much money for this surgery. I was lucky that I was always articulate then, and I went and I spoke to the social worker, and she did not even know how her bill was paid. And that's why I tell you guys, it's when your family is sick, that you get yourself together and rally around the family and try to see how you can help them. So thank you very much, Anjani Gayaram, for your comment too. And here is a Pagwa song for all you guys, all our Hindu friends and family. Enjoy the tune.
Rama ke
Well, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. And I see you guys having a lot of fun on the program tonight. So that's a good thing. I see Bibi Ratmatullah is watching us in the living room. Everybody here, I do have an audience, which is a good thing. So, Lee Knight, thank you very much for tuning in. I know that you said that you are at work. It's okay. I know you can always watch the program back. Stanley Ramsaran, thank you guys for staying with me tonight. Miss Gayaram Anjani, thank you for tuning in. Avita Danraj, Miss Holy, this beautiful year. After 30 years in Ghana, I always enjoy myself. Well, thank you very much. Yes, so I just want to give you guys some encouragement. And I want to tell you, my sister, she's living a healthy life and she have a job. She's still working, right?
Yes.
She is still working. She does taxes, and if you guys need your taxes to be done, you can always call her or look for her. And her name is Naomi Rampersad on Facebook, right? So, anything else you wanted to tell?
That's right. Thank you for all you had done. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, you know, I always try to see the best that I could do for anyone, anybody. So again, we have like half an hour more to go. And a couple of things that I'm gonna say, and then we can hear some good song more, because we do have the time. You know, Shanaz is not with me tonight, where we pull this through for 2 hours, but I'm trying, and I'm gonna play some music for you. So a couple of things with cancer that we learned tonight, and I'm sure that some of you will learn, is that no matter wherever you have your cancer, always pay attention to your body. Early detection is the key, and as long as you find out that you have cancer, you have to know what you're going to do. You're going to sit with a doctor. You can ask all the questions that you have to ask them, and they will help you to make that decision of how you can really treat this cancer. And sometimes you can do, wherever you have the cancer, you can choose to do, if you have to do a mastectomy, or you take out a piece of your lungs, your doctor will tell you all these things. And don't be shy, don't be embarrassed. It's your body, it's your life. And you get a second chance to live. Try to live it as best as you can. Again, early detection is the key for all of this. Also, I want to encourage you guys to not to, if you're little kids and children, don't start smoking. From what I see, it's hard for people to stop smoking. It's very challenging. So don't start if you're not smoking. And all these vaping I see people doing, we don't know what damage you're doing. And if you know, I see a lot of doctors trying to stop smoking and they can't stop smoking. So try your very best, especially lung cancers. We know we can prevent lung cancer. And Neela, I see you on the program. I'm sorry, I'm going at a pace. Neela Pawaru Narain, always encouraging to have you in our program and in our midst. And as always, thank you for your support. I can always reach out to you. As you guys may know, that Neela is one of our admin staff at the Caribbean Voice. We all together, and we are trying to see how best we can help you guys if there is, and we are trying to bring good programming for you guys every week. I miss my Shanaz, as you know, and she's driving back from Canada, and I'm hoping that she get here safe. So here it is, another tune. You guys are ready?
Take away my heart, she take away my soul. The one thing she can take away is me alone. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can take away is me alone. She tell me that she loves me, but that is not true. She tell me that she loves me, but that is not true. So turn to my best friend, Johnny Waterloo. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can take away is me Eldorado gold. Yeah. You can try all you want. Eldorado gold, what I really want. Drinking liquor, me feel alright. Everybody come, let me dance all night. Jump away, let me see you jump away. Everybody jump away, let me see you jump away. Everybody jump away, jump away, jump away. Everybody, I bring the girl from Irish and she cannot cook. I catch she like me on Facebook. Every time I catch she like me on Facebook. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. Yeah, you can try, you can try, you can try all you want. Eldorado gold, you can really want. She can make out the feel alright. Everybody come, let me dance all night.
Yes, welcome back. I see my friend Patsy Nanan Young is watching from Baltimore. You know, I know Patsy for a long time. In Parika days, I probably was 13, 14 years when I know Patsy. And always encouraging, she always say encouraging things to me. Mr. Arvin Somnath is watching from Anna Katrina. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, I want to read Shelley Chunilal is saying, good night to my lovely nieces and two handsome nephews. Yes, they are, and they're helping out here. You know, before we go tonight, I want to tell you guys a couple of things that, you know, when you go to someone who has been diagnosed with cancer, as you know, some cancer patient may have lose their hair because of treatment. They lose some weight. So I want to tell you, when you go and see someone in that fashion, you don't say, like in God, oh my God, what happened to your hair? Where are your hair gone? You know, you don't say those kind of things. Also, you don't say, oh God, you look so pale, you lose so much weight. You don't say those kind of things. You know, your job is to show that you care, not to lessen your friend worry or to bring on you know, unbridled optimism to the table. So always try to raise your friend's spirit and say good things that would help them. You know, like I said, you don't say, oh, you look at your poor hair, where are your hair gone? You don't have to ask them what happened. Did they take out your breasts? Don't talk about how your friend or loved one looks. You know, he or she already knows. I'm sure they watch themselves all the time, every day in the mirror. And you know, it's a normal thing. There's no way to frame cancer-related body changes in a positive way. That you know that someone has been diagnosed with any form of cancer, there will be some depression in there, sadness, whatever, you know. You can always try to say, it's so great to see you. do speak from the heart, but don't project your personal feelings or your anxiousness towards that person. Don't say, I've been so worried about you. If you say that you worry about someone, then that person might think, oh my God, they think that I'm going to die. So those kind of things you don't say. I haven't been sleeping since I found out that you have cancer. You don't say that, because then you scare them. Like I said, they will think that you think that they're going to die somehow or the other. It's okay if you're having a hard time dealing with your loved one, who has cancer, but don't succumb to all about me syndrome. And, sometimes when you go to someone and you see them, you see that they're sick, it's always good to listen to what they have to say. Don't go there and you're the one be talking everything and talking all the time. Always allow them to verbalize their feelings and their thoughts of how they're feeling. And probably from there, you can always move on and see how more best you can help them, My throat is getting dry. Some other things more that I could say, because I know sometimes some people don't know what to say and how to behave when we go. You could try to say that I'm here for you. If you need to talk, you need to cry, you need to drink some red wine or eat a gallon of ice cream, just call. I have the glass and the spoon ready today. Don't say don't say it could be worse. Just think positive thoughts. Look on the bright side. At least you're lucky. Don't say at least you're lucky, because you know what? We're all individuals and we're different. Some people might live 20 years with cancer and some people may live just a month. Like I said, it all depends how long you find out that you have this cancer. Angela, thank you very much. Angela always says a great job, Ken. I am trying my very best, my dear. You may think optimism helps your friend feel better, but it's often does the opposite. It discredits his or her feeling and implies positive thinking will somehow cure cancer. How we feel about our family who has cancer, it's not going to help. Some good things that you can say. I hope things are going better. I know cancer hasn't been easy. If you think you want to talk about something, always call me. There's no problem. I will be right here for you. Don't feel you need to look on the bright side. It's okay to be sad. And you know what? It's always good that people be themselves. Let them feel how they want to feel about themselves and what's happening. Let's say, don't say, my friend Jim, don't tell your friends that, guess what? My neighbor died yesterday from breast cancer, or my neighbor died yesterday from lung cancer. You know what? That's going to put some scare in that person who you go and see. So try not to say those things. Don't say, my aunt had the same cancer and she died, but I'm sure that you can beat it. And those things that we say we're sure you can beat it, we really don't know in truth if you can beat it or not. Making comparison is the wrong way to go when decided what to say to someone with cancer. Bringing up negative outcome is extremely upsetting, and empty reassurance is not helpful. No two cancer experiences are the same. It's better not to compare each other or any two people. So do be sensitive about cancer. One thing I need to really talk. Let me close this up here and then I'm going to talk. Don't worry. Are you worried about dying? You don't say that. What stage is your cancer? You don't need to ask all of that. You don't need to know about the prognosis. Don't ask for details about people's personal business. Let's talk about, excuse me. Being a nurse, what I could tell you is that a lot of people wait until they're on the dying bed to make wills and all these things. I want to tell you why we are alive and we have all our faculty together. That's the right time to make wills. And especially if you have been diagnosed with cancer, you can always get your lawyer, make your will, because what happens is that if you should die, and I don't want to say people are going to die, I'm not saying anybody going to die tomorrow or next week, but in the event that you die, you would not left your family in a lot of problems, have to worry about this and that and who going to get a house and who's not going to get a house. Put things in order, in perspective, so you doesn't left your children fighting for things, or you become sick and you can't make these decisions. Also, I want to tell you about DNR, which is the do not resuscitate patient. And I've seen this a lot of times with patients. They come into the hospital, they don't have a DNR, and what happens, they get sick, they stop breathing, and then what the doctor have to do, protocol is that they have to continue pumping that person's chest because they don't have a DNA order or they doesn't have something to tell them what really to do. So what the doctor have to do is to continue pump their chest and see how best they could keep that person alive. So if you know that you're sick and you have been diagnosed with a terminal illness, for example, like cancer, it's a good thing to go and make your will out, put your DNR order, so in case happen, everybody know what to do and what not to do. And also a good thing is that you want to tell your family if you die, what you want to do. Do you want to bury? Do you want to burn? And in this time of the age, especially if you're in the United States, a good thing that you could always do is to buy plots. And like today, someone was telling me that she already buy her plot and her area where she want to bury. So when that time comes and she dies, her family know exactly what to do. All they have to do is to just get you dressed and send you off. I don't want to say it so like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things, especially when there is a lot of religion involved. Let's say one person is Hindu, one is Muslim, one is Christian. You can tell your family what religion you want to bury in. Not when the time comes that you die, that family gonna sit down and say, well, we're gonna bury him in Hindu or we're gonna bury him in Christian. You let your family know exactly what you want to do. And saying that, let's go for some music.
Anywhere you go, Janjat in the chutney show, Janjat in the morning, Janjat in the night, pull mati, pull a cutlass, cause mommy want to fight, Janjat anywhere you go.
It's true. Janjat they're all about.
In the chutney show. Alongside Terry G, A9, Dignitary, Subteam, Music Mike Studio. Alongside all of reality, story time. Aji and the Aja, the dead and gone. All the big they fighting for house and land. Aji and the Aja, the dead and gone. All the big they fighting for house and land. He started to be hip, but he run them out the yard. Janja, anywhere you go.